Hello and welcome to episode 15 of the Neotaku podcast. I am your host, Joji Matthews, and today I'm here with David's Films and Mirage Fan.
Hey.
Hi, I'm drinking a Long Island iced tea.
I'm drinking a water and I need a pee.
Hey.
And our very special guest,
I'm going to try and get
Joe.
through 24 cans of
Our
Pabst
very
Blue
special
Ribbon.
Joe.
He's drinking about 4 beers so far.
And I'm drinking vodka lemonade, vodka orange juice, and vodka cruisers because, I don't know, I don't even like vodka. It's gross and it tastes like medicine.
Oh, no.
We're talking about education.
We're not gonna really stay on topic. Don't expect us. Should we give some meta to this episode really quick before we start?
Yeah, let's give some meta.
Okay.
Sure.
So we were expecting another gentleman here today. He is not. He was probably washing dishes with his daddy. And we've been sitting here for about an hour and a half talking about Lacanian theory and everything. We were originally going to talk about cartoons, but we said fuck it. So
Nope.
education,
Crazy.
because Joe is an educated man of the arts, are you not, sir?
No,
That's the right
Joe's
answer, isn't it?
political science. Don't we all know that Joe's in political science.
I'm
not
in cultural
arts.
studies.
Is he?
Yes.
I didn't know this.
Yes. Well, now we
Yes.
I like to call him the man of the
Yeah,
humanities.
it was a master's in film and poli
He's
What
sci.
definitely
was your
human.
And it was
master's
called-
thesis called? It was called
Yep.
like
Stuck watching the skies.
stuck watching the skies.
Yes. Yep.
What alien invasion films can tell us about challenges to hegemonic authority? That's it. Yep.
Okay. All right.
I'm a woke boy.
So let's see here. Okay, so I am currently a college student
Gross.
at a very liberal arts and English college. Oh, fuck off.
You fucking Bernie supporter.
I am a Bernie
Bernie can still
supporter.
win, guys. He can still win.
He can still win. He'll come back on top. Hillary has no match. I'll start a fucking grudge match with the best guy ever, I swear. It becomes like, oh, my girl Hillary is gonna win. I'm like, bitch, I bought you that book, and Bernie's still gonna win. Fuck you. I can't. But like, I'm going to, fuck it, I'll name drop the college I'm going to. I'm going to Evergreen State College, the one that got all the gas last year for like, fucking being super like safe spacey and like PCP fuck me PC like whatever, I'll get into it later. What are you guys doing in the woke of education so we can give our little viewers a little background?
Joji?
I'm at the Australian National University studying animation and video art
Oh,
because
man.
I intend to be the most qualified person in Sakuga. I make the high quality Sakuga on the reg. And I also do a bit of arts history. And all of that is, I don't know. The Australian National University is known for its big divide between the more liberal socialists and communists on campus, and then the extremely alt-right professors that happen to be there.
Is this actually a thing? I didn't actually know this.
Yeah.
Mine had a riot
There's a
because
hand-
somebody didn't leave campus because they were white. Yours sounds much more nuanced.
Yeah, we have a few people in some fields who are very, very vocal about particular issues that they have with their students.
Huh. Interesting. What about you, David?
David, what level of you have?
Yeah.
I finished
Omedetou.
high school this year. Hey.
Ah!
And I will ideally be going to the what's it called, University of New South Wales, doing media arts, which will be like a broad animation and screen and all that stuff. And if I don't get in that, then I'll go to a community college and then go to that. So yeah.
That sounds pretty lit. What about you, Joe?
I did my bachelor's. In political science and sociology with a minor in economics at the University of Waterloo, and then sorry, I thought I was gonna burp there. And I did an MA about alien movies. So it just meant I watched Independence Day like 50 times. And I am currently pursuing a PhD in cultural studies at Trent University, a school that is very well known for its forensics department, of which I am not in. Fingers in tanks?
Have they got like fingers in tanks and
stuff? I have no idea. I'm not part of the forensics department.
Yeah, like body parts and stuff.
For forensics.
I don't know. I've got friends who are like interested in that, like fingers and stuff.
Like every student I've TA'd or taught has been like, yeah, I came to Trent because of its world-renowned forensics department. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Let's talk about YouTube. Because, that's... I do media theory.
Why are you here, Joe?
I really do.
Oh, I just want to be a bum. I just want to be a hobo. Are you? But genuinely, what are you actually going for?
I have no idea. I had a big boy job before this, and I was just like, I hate this. So I went back into academia, and I'm just like, I know exactly how terrible the job prospects are after I graduate. So I don't know. I'm just gonna figure it out as I go along.
Joe, you and we've both had big boy jobs, like real. Like, I worked in an office in IT for like
That's
6
very similar
months,
to mine. I
quit.
I was a project manager, and then I was just like, I hate this. Sucks.
I hate this. It's over. It's done. I worked at Walmart.
I worked at Walmart for 1 week. It was a night shift job, and I fell into like a pile of cat food.
No.
Holy shit, that's my ideal death.
Did you like fall, as in just fall into it?
Well,
like
it was
you
an
saw
overnight
the pallet
job, right?
and you just fell into
so
it?
It was
or
like an overnight job.
Did you just want to be
I got the job offer
by,
2 weeks before I started.
Okay.
So in those 2 weeks, theoretically, I should have enough time to reset my circadian rhythm, right?
Yep.
But I was like, no, I'm going to live my life normally, and I'm just going to go into this night shift, despite the fact that I had lived, like, the past, 20-something years of my life on a regular sleeping schedule. And I'm just going to do this night shift. And let's just say that was a bad idea. Cat food.
So you just
and
fell
no, I
into
didn't
a
get
big
fired.
pile of fucking dog food and got fired?
I quit a week later because I couldn't I was drinking too much 5-hour energy drink for it to really pay off. Plus I drove home, and that was a car crash just waiting to happen. It was a 20-minute drive.
How far away were you from home, by the way? Oh God, yeah, no, you. Ooh, we're gonna have Walmart cast someday. Oh God, I have fucking horror stories.
Can I talk?
Yeah.
I want to talk about how much I love Walmart.
Fuck you! Fuck off! Fuck everyone! Walmart's fucking dog shit.
Look, Walmart is a symbol of the truth of the American freedom.
No, it isn't.
Fight to the death over that. Look, the fact that I can go in there and I can buy I can get $100 grand for $1 fucking dollar. Dude, what the fuck else would I be doing with my life?
Okay, I can understand that with your 100 grands and whatnot, but like you go in and you talking about American freedoms, and then you look, and then oh hey, your tuna, that's actually whale. The Asians took that. That's from a different place.
So
look at your American freedom now, bitch.
So I think Joji's got like the right idea when he's talking about American freedom in Walmart, because. Well, I mean, like, look at it this way. All right, look at it this way. Is there any other superstore in which someone like me can walk into a Walmart with pants that say "In it to win it," and like nobody will bother me? I can wear a tank top I can wear a mesh tank top that has the words "Hit me," and then like, you know. They'll treat me like a human being.
I know this is education cast, but I gotta tell a story. There was one time I was working fitting room because I worked in apparel, and I'm sitting there and I'm doing my thing. I watched this lady go by. She's big, she's fucking obese and fat. Sorry, but it's true. And she walked by and her sweatpants say "spank me,"
dude.
and I just wanted to vomit on the ground. She was like one of those ladies you see get out of the motorized carts and they decide they want to walk. And it just said "spank me," and I was like, I'm not ready. I need an adult. I need an adult.
Okay. This reminds me of how fucking judgmental Australia is, because I could not walk around with pants that say "spank me" or "in it to win it"
I thought for a minute you were gonna call me
get
judgmental.
treated like a human fucking being. Like, okay, here's the thing, right? Is that like my mate Blair, he's a fucking idiot cunt, and I fucking hate him. But he and I get wasted together sometimes, and that's what spawned me to write my pen analysis, which is the best video I ever made. And so he and I get wasted together sometimes, but he was wearing tracksuit pants and they wouldn't let him into any of the nightclubs because he was wearing tracksuit pants.
Is that actually a thing?
But like
Yeah.
they weren't letting him in anywhere.
What
And
the
so
fuck?
like fuck Australia.
What? Like, I've seen people. Oh, like, do you guys really think that you have to wear certain outfits and stuff in order to like get into certain places in like America? Because like, I see the weirdest fucking shit. I've seen people with like dresses that literally go up to their fucking vagina and like just walk in. They just go, like, you can actually see their fucking underwear. Like, America's an experience. I will tell you what, Mr. and Mrs. Australian plus the Canadian in the room. I can't. Okay.
Hey.
So, moral of the story, kids, get an education, don't work at Walmart. Rather, work at Walmart after you get education because of your fucking student debt. Anyways.
Yeah, America definitely is, like, the land of the free, because, like, I can definitely feel that as a Canadian, because I went to Gordon Ramsay's Steakhouse in a tap-out t-shirt, and, like, it was great, because nobody bothered me at all about it. You know...
Okay, this reminds me of my personal favorite experience from my last American trip, which was in the end of 2016 to the beginning of 2017, in which I went and saw Trump get inaugurated with tickets that I got from Senator John Bozeman's office.
What?
And by the way, in Senator John Bozeman's office, or Boozman, Senator for Arkansas, he has Arkansas. I don't know. How's it
Arkansas,
pronounced?
you fucking plebeian.
Okay, but he has a box of Frosted Flakes with his face on it instead of Tony the Tiger. This is the senator for fucking Arkansas, and anyway, so he got tickets to Trump's inauguration from him, but the day after that is when my actual favorite American story happened. So we fly up to New York State, right?
Okay.
And I'm like, man, well, we fly to New York City specifically, you know, because where else would I be going? There's nothing in New York State.
Oh, hell
and
yeah.
so I go to Guy Fieri's American Kitchen, and I fucking sit down, and I'm watching the 18 fucking TVs they have in this building, and I'm just like, dude, this is Guy Fieri's orange soda that they are giving to me for free. Holy shit. And, but before that, I record a video of me outside and I just yell, go to patreon.com/basement to get your free 30-day trial of Crunchyroll, or some shit. I don't fucking know. And then I go inside, and Guy Fieri is my idol, and he wouldn't exist in Australia.
So wait, okay, I'm gonna retrace the story because I need to know this for education purposes. Okay, so
nice tie-in, yeah.
thanks, dude. So you met a senator. How? I don't know. I think you're memeing.
No, okay, I at no point said that I met Senator John Bozeman. I went to his
The way that you
congressional
phrase that, it
office
sounds like
to
you're some
get
sort of like
tickets for
Oliver
Trump's
Twist latchy
inauguration.
kid who like just walked into the office and
and he-
swiped tickets off the table and walked out.
That's kind of what we did. So so there was this girl. She was my babysitter back when I was like 8 years old, back in the countryside. And she was the student of my dad for a short time. But she was my babysitter. And she later moved to the city of Canberra, which I currently live in. And she was offered a thing because of her high performance in political science, which was her field of her degree, that she got to do an internship with a congressperson. And Senator John Bozeman was the congressperson that she was put under. And so then, 3 years or so later, we get told, you know, oh, Trump's getting inaugurated, and so I'm just like, well, might as well go to the inauguration. And so we hit her up, and she hits up one of her contacts at the office, and they get us tickets from Senator John Bozeman's office.
The story is just a little wild for me. So then we get into the step of which you go in, and all the cereal that's supposed to have Tony the Tiger on it as the congressman. Alright. That already sounds shitposty, but I will suspend my disbelief.
It's okay.
It's too random not to make up, to be honest. So I wholeheartedly believe you,
Okay.
Joji.
Yeah. So like, so there are these so there's this desk in the middle of his in like the public part of his office, right? Like, we're not actually going into the senator himself's office, right?
Yeah.
So okay,
and
so he has a
so-
desk outside of his office, which he puts
Okay.
like
Like
cereal
a-
branded
like
with
a-
his face on it, just to like flex nuts
like
to
a coffee
anyone who
table.
visits.
Like a big coffee table, right?
And he's got this
and then
box of
there's,
cereal,
like-
and he's like, "Hey, what's up? I got my own fucking
Yeah.
brand
Okay.
of Frosted Flakes."
And there's like 4 chairs on either side of the room,
It's a
and you
dinner
can
table.
get the Constitution and the Bill of Rights together
And Frosted
for
Flakes.
free. For like, yeah, no, you can't eat the Frosted Flakes.
Damn it!
They're in this.
Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! God.
You can
they're in
have
this
freedom.
really-
You can have your bill,
Damn
but
it.
you can't have my frosted flakes.
See, basically, there's this like frame kind of thing. It's like there's this glass box with like a wooden base, and inside that, on the big coffee table in the middle of the room, there is a Frosted Flakes branded box of cereal, but without Tony the Tiger. And instead, Senator John Bozeman, with the words, I repeat, with the
snap.
words, "It's great," next to his face, right? As per Tony the Tiger's standard
Well, it's a very-
fucking catchphrase.
As As
Joe,
a
you care to
practicing
comment?
Lacanian psychoanalyst, I believe the answer to that is clear, and that is he wants to become a tiger. He was reaching out to you. He was like... He was
Are you saying that either I
he was
or
like,
Senator John Bozeman are furries?
Onegai Joji-kun tasukete. I don't know why he spoke Japanese. I feel like that would be really out of place for someone from Arkansas.
It's the Japanese dub of America.
Okay.
I'm not drunk enough to be this
I'm
drunk.
so drunk right now. So Joji was object A.
I guess.
And Senator John Bozeman was object B. And this is in theory. Okay, so we're gonna break down this story a little bit more. Alright, so
Can't even
you
say
jump
office.
out
What kind of podcast
of going
is this?
into John Bozeman's offices. Alright. And then you go to Guy Fieri's. I don't know. I just need to understand the situation. I'm not gonna sleep tonight if I don't understand how the fuck he jumped from fucking John Bozeman's office to getting fucking inaugural tickets to like fucking going and eating Guy Fieri's food and drinking his sweet orange juice.
Sweet orange nectar.
The
Guy
color of
Fieri's-
the color of Donald Trump's skin.
Guy Fieri's Trump flavored orange nectar. Yes. Sweet and juicy.
I just... okay. Education. Man, school fucking costs too much. There you go.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the deconstruction of education.
School, as a matter of fact, does not cost enough. Quote Tony Abbott, the last Tokage
Our
of
previous
Australia.
Hokage, yes.
And see, he was like, well, degrees are only like $30,000 to like $80,000 in Australia. Why not deregulate the pricing of them? And then he went and did that, and so I got fucked into paying $5,000 a semester for university.
That's rough.
And then on top of that, having extra fees.
Are you
Really?
kidding me? You're complaining
is
about
that-
$5,000 a fucking semester. Are you
Well,
kidding me? I'm paying
I'm
$28,000 for
sorry,
my
Mirage,
fucking
but we
education.
can't all have the
You
freedom to
whiny
have
cunt.
universities charge as much as they like.
Exactly. I want to be so free. I want to have the freedom to get fucked out of a lifetime's worth of
That's
money.
right.
I want $1 million fucking dollars in university debt.
I want to be
wanna
45
the
years old
deepest that
and still have
anyone
the
has
freedom
gone
to
into
get
student
bills
loans.
from my university. Be like, yep, I chose this. I exercise my freedom as an American citizen.
It's because I'm American, isn't it? That's what it is with all you fucking nationals. It's because I'm a fucking American woman. Oppressed by the
I also
male
want to have the
dominant
freedom
fucking society
of
around me.
accidentally stepping on a chainsaw, and then I call the ambulance, and then the ambulance comes and says, yeah, we'll pick you up, but it's going to cost you $4,000 because your HBO won't cover it. And I'll be all like, damn, well, this is the price I pay for
Yeah.
exercising my
Yep.
freedom as an American citizen.
See, Joe knows the truth of the American dream, right?
Yeah.
See, all of these people in the 2010s becoming disillusioned with the American dream. Do you not understand that you should pull the cloths back over your eyes and realize the true beauty of forever living indebted? Do you not understand that the White House with the picket fence and the racially very evil shit going on and segregation that can still happen for
Have you
all
guys
of you? You
ever
just
played
need to
Oregon
be
Trail?
more ignorant.
Okay.
If not,
So like,
okay.
so like a really interesting thing
Yes.
about Oregon Trail
I've played Oregon
is that
Trail.
it's actually it's really cool. Don't quote me on this, but the developer was essentially like, yeah, this is an allegory for American health insurance because you die of dysentery every time, except for that one moment where you have health insurance. Nobody knows about it, but I do because, you know, I know where freedom actually is at.
What? Okay. All right. Yeah. I thank you for teaching me. Thank you.
No, I didn't.
See here. Joe taught
That's
me
not
some
philosophy.
today.
That's psychoanalysis.
About Lacanian
Get your
stuff.
shit together.
I guess you did. I don't know. What? Is it?
But you did also talk about Derrida. And,
I mean,
and
I
some
didn't
other
really
things,
talk
which
about
is
Derrida.
philosophy,
I just
would
said
say.
this is something that Derrida also talks about. That's like pointing at a fucking Ferris wheel and then saying, yeah, I went on that.
I mean, like, pointing at a Ferris wheel and saying that's also something Derrida talked about is, like, pretty cool as well.
Look,
You
I
should
thought
be.
it was philosophy. I'm sorry
hugely
if
offended
I
right now.
assumed your gender, Joe. I'm really.
Hey, Joe, I'm curious. What do you sexually identify
Sorry, there was
as?
there were nuts in my mouth.
As per usual.
I sexually identify as a firmly heterosexual male. Occasionally, I have a few gay friends who I will occasionally flirt with. So I guess you can say that I also sexually identify as a tease. But no, I'm a heterosexual male. But the plus side is that I'm also a visible minority, so you can't pull that cis white patriarchal argument on me, boy.
But wait.
What?
Joe.
Well, we're not living the world
Aren't
of
you
Blade
Asian?
Runner here. Come on. I'm still a minority.
Aren't you Asian? Look, I'm just saying that
Okay.
if we like
Blade Runner.
chalk up
Okay.
all Asian continents into one, including
Well, if you're
West
taking a look
Andes
at a
Asian,
structural look
they
at
would
power
have
dynamics.
more population
Yeah,
than
sure.
the rest of the world.
But I mean, like that'd be like going to a Chinatown in the middle of the Congo and being all and looking at a black person and then saying, "Damn, he's a minority." You're being oppressed by the wily Chinois
I had to
here.
mute my mic. I was coughing up blood. I'm sorry.
holy shit, Mirage! What the fuck?
The blood of my ancestors. That is.
Did some straight white male crawl out of your gut and go? "Eh?"
Oh, I wish.
Did someone show up and say, Anita Sarkeesian? Anita!
Low key, like everything. Okay. I make the what is your pronouns joke, but legitimately, we're asked to at the beginning of.
Ew.
I'm sorry. I have like hot Cheeto dust in my throat. We're literally.
That's
We're literally
gross.
asked.
Why are you eating hot Cheetos?
Do you take Cheetos and put
Why
them in
are
a
you
pan
eating
and put it on
flaming
high
Cheetos?
Fuck off!
You
I'm
know
trying
better.
to take a point.
You know,
That's literally what I was fucking thinking. God damn it. But yeah, tell us about the pronoun thing.
We're asked to at the beginning of every quarter ask what our classmates' pronouns are, and like they can say whatever they want, and like that's fine. Like whatever, do you? But like I get like the weirdest shit. Like, oh, I'm a they them.
Oh, dude,
I
that's hella
identify
hype.
as like literally like
What if
my
they're just
wolf
friends,
animal.
dude? Why are you shit talking?
You should hear the two-spirit shit I see at school. Like, it's cool as fuck.
Aw.
It's like, it's cool as shit, and I respect everybody who has it, but like, it's just wild. Cause like,
What is it?
two-spirit is pretty much, in a very base-down white woman point of view, from what I understand, it's a native indignation of like, I identify as two different spirits. So like I identify as two different parts. So like one person can say it's them in that time, that period. It's them as they are living right now, and then it's their ancestor, or like.
Okay, yeah. So it's a similar sort of thing to like the whole kin thing that I've seen on Tumblr.
Like
Sort of.
we had a lady cut in. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she talked about two spirits and stuff like that within the context of indigenous like culture and like philosophy as well as her art. I'll remember her name, but and like it was really like pronounced that like you do not take pictures of people who identify as two spirits because you're taking pictures of their ancestors and that's entrapping them in the
wait
film.
a minute.
And I'm like,
Most cameras nowadays are
Okay.
digital. There's no
It's
film
wild,
to trap them
dude.
in.
This
It's
crazy.
pretty funny.
this sounds like
you can't entrap your ancestors in an SD
They're
card.
unstoppable. We can't stop them.
this-
We can't contain
this-
them.
Look, right? My ancestors, I know this for a fact, right? My ancestors could not be entrapped by film or digital systems as I went to my grandmother and I attempted to throw her into the world of Lyoko from Code Lyoko, and she was entirely resistant to it. I have also attempted to capture her on film, but nothing arises when I do that.
Have you tried techniques found in Pokemon? Have you tried that? Have you tried?
I have not attempted to shove my
Pokeball.
grandmother into my balls.
Have you tried a?
No.
Have you tried a Master Ball, or perhaps a Great
Mm.
Ball if she's your great grandmother?
No, it is
I
just my
recommend that.
regular grandmother,
Okay.
and I do not enjoy her that much. So, I don't really see forcing her into any form of entrapment other than some extra-dimensional realm as being efficient.
Just to
Okay.
kind of connotate, the individual I'm talking about, her name is Stormy Weber. And she's right now doing...
Is she a fucking JoJo character?
That's the coolest
Is that
fucking
Stormy
name.
Weber. And they are doing right now a piece, I
Oh,
think it's one of the museums
snap.
around here, called Casino of Palimpsest. If you want to know more about this...
That's my favorite JoJo part.
Casino of Palimpsest, is that your favorite stand?
Yes, and my favorite part of
That's good.
What?
JoJo.
I'm eating
Yes.
nuts right now.
God.
God damn it.
What's your stand, Joe?
By the way, I just wanted to return to the topic of pronouns, because recently a fan of ours in a Discord that is not our fan Discord, asked me what my pronouns were, and I just responded with Joji. I was like, I am nothing.
Joji,
I am just Joji.
Georgina, George. That's your three.
Jonk.
Jonk.
Yeah,
Jonk as well.
I like to refer
I'm
to him
sorry.
as Jonk.
I'm sorry,
Okay,
forgive
don't
me.
worry.
I really assumed there. I shouldn't have. I stepped over the
Yeah.
line there for a minute.
Jonk is specifically for kind of people who are who aren't me to refer to me as. Because yeah, Jonk. I don't refer to myself as Jonk. You know, if I'm referring to myself, it's either George, Georgina, or Joji.
And if
you know.
anybody says jonk on video in any of your like work, you're entrapped into the video. Like it's Jojo. You're literally Kira's fucking grandfather. And like the grandfather stand comes out of the fucking camera, the DSLR, and it traps you. I'm sorry.
I am permanently entrapped within this audio recording. There will never be another appearance of Joji on
Let
the
me
Neotaku
out.
podcast.
Okay.
Let me out!
By the way, I just recalled that this week we had not one but two different reviews of we had two different podcast reviews on iTunes at 5 stars.
Are we doing that now?
Need to,
Or-
I'm gonna read one of them now
Okay.
and one at show close. Wait, just let me
8.
How many beers are
Okay.
you in, Joe, now? Alright, glad to know. What's number, buddy?
So this one is from the Moogie Pope.
Oh, the best
ASD,
one. Praise the Moogie
our
Pope.
favorite boy. Praise be to the Holy Church of Moogie.
Praise.
I believe in Moogieism and believe in nothing else. Do not loot the Moogie. I will delete you. Omae wa shinderu.
Yes,
There
yes.
we go.
Alright.
May Moogie bless you all. I got introduced to the podcast through Miss Mirage Fan's YouTube videos. Have been listening ever since. And have also subscribed to the other hosts' channels. I humbly encourage anyone interested in anime to give them a listen, as every episode has been a delight to listen to. Sincerely yours, Moogie Pope ASD.
I don't believe that
P.S.
last one.
Join the Church of Kaons today.
I thought that was gonna be such a different direction than I thought it went, and it was actually pretty genuine and sweet. I love you, Moogie Pope.
Thank you,
for
Moogie Pope.
spreading the word of
No,
our
I don't
gospel
pray to
of
cartoon
Lord.
characters. Are you crazy? I'm
Joe,
an
do you
adult
pray
with
to Moogie, too?
responsibilities. God damn. No,
We're all
Sorry,
adults.
but
I
do,
don't.
But
Do you know
not
why?
pray
Because
to
I can
Scooby
legally die in
motherfucking
war.
Doo?
Aw. Damn.
Okay, hold up. I need clarification, Joe. Why?
Yeah, I'd like some connections between the question and answer.
Why are
Exactly.
those two things mutually exclusive? That's my main question.
Okay, Joe. Why are you so interconnected with Scooby-Doo? I was in there for the joke when we started posting like fucking like screen caps of like box covers, but I
feel
don't
like-
understand why.
I feel like if I had like some sort of spirit animal, it would be a cartoon Great Dane that can eat 3 times his weight. Because I remember that one episode. It was
Yeah.
it was a really weird thing. That one episode where Scooby ate a hot sandwich that was like the size of a Chevrolet Impala, and I was just like, wow, what have I been doing with my life? What was the question?
Why are Scooby-Doo and
Because an
dying
adult
in
has to
why are
have
praying to
An
Scooby-Doo
adult
and
has to
dying
have
in
goals and
mutually exclusive
aspirations.
things?
Otherwise, they're just an empty husk. And my goals and aspirations are knowing that Scooby-Doo is a drawn cartoon dog, and he doesn't exist in real life, no matter how many dogs I have experimented on and tried to make them into a real-life Scooby-Doo.
Damn
What was
it.
the question again? Sorry, I keep getting
Damn
thrown
it.
off here. I'm 8 beers in, and it's not stopping.
So
How
is
the
there
fuck
some
would I know?
interconnection
I'm not
between
some sort of
Scooby-Doo and
Scooby-Doo
Japanese
connoisseur.
right-wing ethnic
You gotta
nationalism
ask
and
someone
gay?
who knows more about
Or,
Scooby-Doo than I do. Hit up fucking explanation point. He'll tell you everything you need to know about Scooby-Doo. I don't know. I don't watch his videos.
Does explanation point know anything about Scooby-Doo?
I don't know. Ask the guy.
Do you think Econ would know anything about Scooby-Doo?
Should I DM Econ ask? No, I'm not gonna DM Econ. Fuck that noise.
Why won't you DM Econ-chan? What? Why won't you?
I just spilt a lot of alcohol on myself.
And just like the shame of that experience has just switched you off, and the chance of reaching out to anyone.
Well, you know, like, Econ is an extra-dimensional force. You know, he not only exists solely within Twitter, but he is to a form a poltergeist who can reach anywhere within a certain diameter of anywhere with Twitter open. And sadly, I have to have Twitter open on my computer at all time because of the Neotaku Twitter, which I have to respond to questions and demands from. You know, maybe there's a corporate sponsor like Peter Payne who would want to like hit us up. You know, something like that. I can't be sleeping on that shit. But that does leave me consistently vulnerable to randomized econ attacks. And, you know, it gives me ludonarrative dissonance.
I gotta stop you there for a second, Joji, because you called him a poltergeist.
Alright.
Are you implying that econ is a series of collective energies generated by a girl on her period? Because that's what a poltergeist is. Oh, okay, cool. As long as we got that cleared up.
Yes, that is what econ is.
Huh.
Yep.
Joe, you need to answer the pardon of your crimes.
Hey, it's
of
all
why the
randomly
fuck haven't I been on a
generated.
fucking podcast yet? Of the podcast. I know, but I should be in there at least 7
What?
times.
What?
You know, because 7 times the trick, right?
I know that I
you
was
missed out.
invited officially onto podcast.
You missed out
but I
on
was
talking
asleep
to
while you
the
invited
snob in the
me.
context of a podcast he really hates being on.
Oh my god,
Oh,
you
dude,
missed out on
but-
that?
But we also had the snow on a podcast that he really hated being on.
It was
Yeah.
an experience, to say the
It's okay.
least. Okay, I'm gonna start some YouTube juice.
I'm on my 9th beer
YouTube
right now. This
juice.
could
Yeah,
be
alright,
that's-
let's
that's a new
start
word.
juicing this mirage of YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Snob, you're okay. If you haven't watched the context of the podcast, please go watch it now. If you're listening to this, you will not understand my sense of direction.
He's a beautiful
Snob,
Greek
you are
cherub.
a interesting individual, and
Damn.
and I respect you,
Got
but
him.
please do not call me a cute little kitty cat ever again.
This is a thing that canonically happened.
How did he present that claim? Was he
and I
like
requested
his
it
boisterous
stop
snob self where he was just
immediately.
like, one of the things about you, Mirage, is that you are a cute little kitty cat.
Wait,
By the way, I love Sausage Party.
If only. If only. No, it was through text. It was through text. unfortunately.
merging them, you cute female kitten.
Okay, I need to find it. Where the
It was in.
Oh,
files,
yeah.
I
It's
think.
in the files channel.
Files.
Yeah. So, we were finishing recording, which is fine. And I was just being, like, you know, courteous and chill. And, I would quote, "You can begin merging the audio files, you cute female kitten."
Whoa. That is
I also
phenomenally
had
creepy.
Mirage's distressed responses in the DMs, which includes an image that says, and in the responses, Mirage sent an image that just says "high impact sexual violence" with a screen cap from Fate Kleiner Prisma Ilia. Yes.
And I said, "This is in your hands now, my friend. Godspeed."
Yes.
Snob, you are a good individual. I think you meant nothing but kindness to that. I was just I was ready to call my adult, but it is okay, my good sir.
But Mirage, are you not yourself an adult?
Okay, well, that can be arguable to say the least. I don't consider myself adult.
Well,
because
I mean,
don't-
like, the
I'm
definition
supported
of an
mostly by
adult
my
is not
family
whether
still.
you depend on support or
So-
not. It's whether you can legally die in war. Absolutely. If I get drone strike the next day, no one's going to
you
shed a
legally die
single
in
tear
war, Joe?
because it's all legal.
If I mean, but like,
How-
if you die in war illegally,
How can I get
then you
arrested if I die in war
That's my question.
illegally? Are they gonna put? Are they gonna handcuff my remains?
They
The
arrest
FBI
your
hunt you
ghost.
down,
See, here's
perhaps.
here's the thing: is that David almost could have died illegally in war.
That's actually kind of true,
because
yeah.
When he visited Israel, he was still
Israel.
on the list of people. Like
It's
Israel.
real. It
right?
is real.
Israel.
It is real. Yeah, David's an Israeli, sort of. Not really. He's an Australian, half Israeli.
Why was that funny?
Basically, he went to Israel 2 years ago, correct?
Maybe 1 year ago. I don't remember. But yeah, I was in Israel, and so like when I first arrived upon the Tel Aviv airport, I got held up for a minute, and like the woman at like the counter was like, "Oh, do you speak Hebrew?" And I'm like, "Hell no." And so she spoke with my mom, who does speak Hebrew. And they were like speaking for a while. I was like, okay. And then my mom comes over to me afterwards, and she's like, well, you know, apparently, since you're still like a registered, you know, citizen of Israel, and you are like 16, 17 years old, they can keep you back here. They can keep you back here, yeah, and demand your 3 years military service. So that was
What?
interesting.
What?
So I had to.
basically, David could have illegally died in a war state with
Yeah, it was resolved pretty easily though. So like we had to go to Jerusalem, which we were going to anyway. Go into like this sort of suspicious little cul-de-sac. Every building there was just like you know quaint little sandstone desert houses. Except for this one, like, it looks like an apartment building, except it has barbed wire, like, surrounding it. And a lot of young people in camo uniform. And so, yeah, so we go up. So, like, you know, I can barely speak Hebrew at all. I can say, like, 1 or 2 words. And so my mum goes up to the front, she's like, yeah, it says the bullshit, and I need to get, like, an exemption for this fucking military, like, compulsory service. Because I clearly have not been here since I was a fucking baby boy. And then, so for whatever fucking reason, to go in and get my exemption, I had to go in on my own. Like, even my mum, who's about as an Israeli citizen as you can be, like, when you've lived in Australia for 20 years. And so, yeah, so I have to go in alone. I don't speak any Hebrew at all. I had to find my way up and into all these staircases and shit. And yeah, I tried speaking to like, you know, the first couple people I saw, and yeah, fortunately it was pretty easy, but yeah, I got a lot of glares, you know, for the fact I was, you know, not doing my important army stuff, and
Is it
yeah.
because, like, was the reason why your mom couldn't go with you, like, because she was a woman? Could that be it?
Possibly.
no, because females still have to perform service within the Israeli military.
Yeah, there were women in there, and my mum has done her service, funnily enough.
What?
Yeah, so I really don't know. Maybe it was so they could shame me, and you know, perhaps you know, convince me to actually do my service after all. Who knows?
And
but,
you were
yeah.
just like, no, I Australian boy.
Yeah,
Sorry.
pretty much.
Bye-bye.
You could see it. You could see it all over my face. I did not know who the fuck I was or where I was going. So
This is...
Yeah.
But I do believe you are still entitled to the Israeli birthright. Is that what it's called? Run by the Israeli government.
Of what?
Yeah, I can probably get my complimentary tote bag with like an army knife in it and a gun and Uzi.
No, so
because Uzis
Birthright
were invented in Israel. Fun fact.
Birthright, as Ethan from H3H3 described it, is like this thing where they send you to, like, where the Israeli government gets people who are descendants of Israelis and sends them to Israel to try and get them to basically fuck Israelis.
Yeah, and it's basically just like a big trip to like some museums and stuff.
What?
Yeah, maybe.
What?
I don't know.
So, like, you get to go to the Holocaust Museum and like
you
some
get to see
other
the big
things.
wall. I've seen the big wall, but you can see it again. You know,
What,
in
so you
case it's
can fuck
changed
somebody?
in the past 100 years.
Hell yeah!
I
dude.
think the
Nothing
point-
gets
Send
me
you
harder
there
than
and
Sobibor.
want you to fuck. Want you to get...
not exactly. The point is to fucking show you how fucking amazing Israel is and get you to live there and then do the army. It's not. You're not invited there to impregnate people. I'm sure of that much.
That's the narrative we're going off of, buddy.
I'm sure the intention is that they want you there to impregnate people and to live there for the remainder of your life, or at least for
I suppose that's
18
one method.
years.
Yeah.
As Kanye West said in his hit song Gold Digger, 18 years, and once you got that, here she'll have you for 18 years,
Damn,
and after 18
that was a
years,
good
you realize it
recitation
ain't
of
his.
Gold Digger.
Yep.
Joe, do you have any
How the hell would I know? I'm not
information on the
Israeli.
history of Gold Digger, the Kanye West song?
By profession, to some degree of technicality, because I have been paid to do it, I am a rapper. Therefore, I am more qualified on Kanye West than anyone else in this podcast, I believe.
But I didn't ask you. I asked the Lacanian
I am
theorist
10 beers in
and
right
good
now.
drunk
My head is
boy,
starting to throb
Joe.
like a WMD, and all I can say is I'm not Israeli, so
Okay.
not much I can say.
Okay, so I'm just cracking open my bottle of vodka, and I'm just gonna drink straight out of the bottle. Fuck mixing it.
I'm eating honey out of like the bottle and just hanging out because honey tastes
By
good.
the way, everyone here is of legal age.
No
within their
siree,
own
I'm
means.
still a minor. I'm only 12
yeah.
years old.
Basically.
Oh no!
Wow, you're Young Sheldon from the hit
I'm-
series Young Sheldon by
I'm going to kill you, Joji.
What would young
going to
Sheldon look
kill
like
you
if Joe
good.
was Sheldon and like
Young Sheldon.
Yeah.
wait what?
Okay,
So-
sure.
Is it PBS?
Joe, I have one question. I'm pretty sure that Canapa
Okay, well,
doesn't
first
watch
of all,
this
you know, I had to
Why
support
did
the
you buy
Sakuga somehow.
the Canapa
It's-
And I was just
branded
like, this
shirt?
is a good way to support the Sakuga, even though Canada explicitly said that none of the money would actually go to him. So I was just like, damn. Second of all, I thought it would be hilarious if I went around and I said, hey guys, how's it going? It's me, the Canapa effect. And people are just like, wow, I didn't know Canapa was Chinese.
Oh my god. Oh jeez. Oh man, I've considered like I don't know, I've considered buying like Ela merch and just being like, look, I'm Ela from Ethan and Ela, and then people are like,
Yeah,
shut up, Olivia, what the
is
fuck
like
you
too
talking
well
about?
known for you to pull it off, but
Like-
like Callum,
Alright,
you
well,
could
curses. What if
Yanners?
Oh,
what if I
dude,
tried to copy
I could
Nanners?
fucking pose as Callum.
What about Nanners? Could I do
yeah.
Nanners?
Okay,
I
do
don't think
your
voice
Nanners
is
voice.
lolly enough, Mirage. Do your most lolly voice.
How can you commit identity fraud if you don't even have the balls to do
Okay.
Neander's voice?
Okay, hold on. I'm prepping. Okay.
Jesus
Um,
fucking Christ.
One.
You can
to
do
the
better
two to
than
the
that.
three
What
to
the hell was that? Oh my god.
Hi guys,
I-
I'm Neander's.
I can do a
and
better
I like
Neander's voice
what?
than that.
Hi guys, I'm Yanners, and I
Alright,
like
see,
Pokemon.
okay, I'll do it right now. Easy, boom.
Okay, you do it then.
See, bam, done. Easy, child's play.
What, I just got back. What was that?
I'm gonna do my most historically accurate Yana's impression, right? So it's like 1996.
Is this
It was
another
raining, drops were cutting through
Kanye
the
West?
I'm in the kitchen like a good kid. Hot chocolate, drawing books for profit. Granddad had some quarters for my project.
I hold my head. My nigga died.
Something wrong. I hold my head. MJ gone.
My nigga dead.
I slapped my girl. She got to bed. I spent that time and spent that bread.
Did you guys fit in while high school? Did you guys fit in school?
All my stories relating to school have to be saved for the bully cast. Except for 2 years of school in which I was the coolest dude, the best guy, and everyone was my best friend. And they were called years 9 and 10.
That's it?
I'll never forget.
That's all you
them.
have?
Yep.
I'm-
That's all I have.
I mean, school's gotten better for me. I sit alone,
That's so depressing.
you know, eat my lunch alone. No,
Oh wait,
it's pretty fun.
Actually, okay. Now that I'm at university, if we count university as school, I got there's this one XXX Tentacion quote
Oh
that
my
describes
God.
my lunches,
Mm-hmm.
and that is got like 3 bitches I'm Mormon, from his hit song Look at Me.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I have lunch with 3 different girls every week, all on the same day at the same time in just like one class.
Okay.
You ate 3 girls
You.
in a
They
week?
were. You're Mormon.
You've swallowed them whole? Please give me more details.
Fuck yeah, I did.
This is what I'm into.
Okay.
Joe, did you fit in
So
school? All right. so
Yeah.
what did you do?
Joe-
How much pussy did you slam?
I'm not gonna. I don't keep count. What are you, crazy?
the answer is too much.
No, I lived a pretty regular high school life. I kickboxed in high school. Yeah.
Joe,
Oh, really? That's
Oh.
pretty cool.
Uh-huh.
What?
That means
does
I'm always at
kickboxing
the gym
entail
to hit
with
up
the
them
pussy
fly
meter?
birds, dog.
How?
No,
Oh, really?
I don't.
Man, you must have some good pickup lines then.
All right.
Doesn't need 'em.
How's it going, Joji?
hey, Joe, could you please attempt?
You want to go
pick
get
me
some?
up?
You want to go get lunch? Boom,
Pretty
done,
alright.
easy. There you go. Do you see how
Yeah,
that happened?
sure.
He said yes right away.
Wow.
Holy fuck! These are the same tactics that Rito used on me when he was like, hey Joji, you're gonna be in Sydney for Smash, right? And I was like, hell yeah. He was like, you want to go get lunch? And I was like,
So
sure. And
easy.
then
So
he was,
easy
yeah, and then I
picking
met
people
Rito.
up.
I'm such an easy boy.
I thought Rito
I'm-
does like his he perks up his feathers and he starts doing his mating call and that's how he gets you, ensnares you, and then he offers you smash. You have to go through the whole mating dance and everything before you get smashed.
See, Smash is a convention here in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Not like a legal one, like an anime convention, called the Sydney Manga and Anime Show. And David and I went there, and that's where the footage of me singing Everybody's Circulation comes from.
I thought you were referring to Super Smash Bros, honestly, to be honest. I thought it was like
Nah.
Rito does his little dance, and then he offers you a copy of, like, the Wii copy of Super Smash Brothers.
Nah, so like, so one of the three girls I regularly eat lunch with. This is related to the Rito story. Don't worry.
Okay.
She and I bussed up to Sydney for the Smash event one day, and she and I were sharing a room in Sydney, the same room that David and I would be getting drunk in basically the next day, and which I would end up throwing up in.
But did you smash?
I saw her naked.
Oh,
so
what?
sort of.
Anything though.
Oh god, this is fucking horrible. I'm going to kill myself later, but like...
Okay, don't divulge the young, beautiful mistresses, like, tenderloins.
Anyway, yeah.
Just... Well...
This sounds like I'm talking about a fucking chicken.
Maybe
but anyway,
she is.
she and
I don't know your fetishes, dude. I'm not gonna fucking question.
Oh, the turducken is amazing.
My fetish is the turducken. That's
fuck is a
solely
turducken?
what I get off to.
Oh, you don't know what a turducken
Exactly.
is?
Educate
knows
me.
what I'm talking
Educate
about.
me.
The turducken...
Joe
The
needs to
turducken
educate me.
is
that
a
should
duck.
not have happened, and it was awful.
A-
And it's dumb.
The
and I hate it.
turducken is a duck
Yes.
inside a chicken.
It's like you
inside
carve
a
into
turkey.
it, and there's three
If I am
layers of
correct.
birds.
Okay.
And you're just like,
Yes.
I am destroying a family right now.
So it's just a Frankenbird?
Pretty much.
What?
Like instead of putting... Okay, so you put a stuffing inside the chicken, to what I understand, but you also need to debone the chicken, and you slide that inside a duck as the stuffing that the duck would usually have. And then you slide the duck inside the turkey as if it were the stuffing that the turkey would have. So imagine like a chicken Kiev, but like more layers
amazing.
and more obscene.
Is it good? Like, does it taste
It
good?
is amazing.
I don't-
I
It's an affront to God.
I
to be
had a
quite honest.
turducken,
Yeah.
and somebody heard something hitting
Are
the
you-
table, and they
Okay.
were just like, "Did a glass fall?" And I was like, "No," because I had to hide the fact that I had the biggest raging hard on eating that turducken. I
On that note, my dick is about to explode, so I'm gonna just like, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom because my dick's about to die.
Okay. Alright. I hope you have fun. I guess out of everybody in this room, I will be the one with the dick exploding, so sorry. I would have to have that experience. So, but like, isn't that much meat in a fucking, like,
Mirage, I thought you were
piece of
American.
poultry, like, too much?
There's never too much meat. The only thing that stops the turducken from being even better
But-
is simply the laws
okay,
of
alright.
physics.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, like, if you stuff more stuff into that chicken,
How
it's
so,
just going to
Joe?
explode. An ostrich.
What's a bigger bird that you could fit the turkey into?
Swan.
Ostrich works. I don't know if a
I don't
swan
know.
does.
Swan is kind
Does
of
a-
gamey,
Pretty big.
surprisingly.
Does
like
a
a
swan
goose.
have enough, like, meat in it? Well,
It's
I've heard that Swan's pretty good, though, from what I've heard from some people. Rapid's pretty gamey, though, too.
Pickles.
What the fuck are you eating, Joe?
So, like...
Yeah, I've just been gulping them down my throat.
For your heart on?
So like... So my apartment has this, like, giant pole in the center of the room. Because my apartment's basically one giant room.
Okay, yeah.
And, like, walking back from the bathroom, I'm reasonably unbalanced by this point from the amount of alcohol ingestion.
Yeah.
And by the way, my piss is clear. Just to make sure everyone knows, I am very
If your
healthy.
piss is yellow, that means your body
we have
is
to let the audience
dehydrated.
know we're safe and okay to drive.
You know... Exactly. I am fully hydrated. I am just extremely drunk.
I'm crystal pissed.
And it's 4... Fuck you, David. Fucking kill yourself.
Look, I haven't said a fucking
off.
word for the past 15 minutes. I deserve this, you motherfuckers.
Play your
You're not
guitar.
fucking allowed.
Be your background
You're not allowed
music.
David, this is official. We're kicking you from the PCP.
Oh, shut up.
But like, okay, no, okay. your
We love
crystal
you,
piss
David.
joke was okay.
Please stay with us, baby.
David, you know that you're my one and only sweet young boy. I don't have any boy sweeter or younger than you.
Whoa.
So just like, anyway, so there's this pole in the middle of my apartment because that's where this story began. Anyway, on the way back from the bathroom, I basically fell onto this pole, and I just made the strangest thumping sound ever with my two hands that were holding this pole in the tightest of embraces that I have ever held anything. And this made me realize my life is horrible. I should get a girlfriend or some shit. But then I realized that who would want to date someone who gets drunk at 4:30 in the afternoon to the point where they can barely walk?
And is doing an anime podcast at 4:30 in the afternoon with a bunch of people who are also drunk.
Exactly. And that's my view on
You know,
life
if you
now.
were an American right now, you would be justified, because it is right now 10:34 p.m. at night. I am a legally abiding citizen.
10:40 p.m. in the night.
Yeah, I
PM
know, right?
in the night. There we are.
Yeah.
We're PM in the night, guys.
I'm going to
Don't
move
fucking correct me. Don't
I'm
assume
going
my
to move
time.
to Seattle, Washington on the date of my 21st birthday. And the reason for that is that Seattle is close enough to Canada that I can run away if I need something that is specific to the Commonwealth, but it's not that far. And of course, 21 because I need my alcohol.
21.
What?
Otherwise, you know.
Joe, how
How
hard?
hard is it to be a Canadian?
How
How
hard
the
is
fuck
it to
would
be
I
a
know?
Canadian?
Yeah, but I mean, how can
Yeah.
I compare the relative life in which I live based
thought you
upon
were
another
Canadian.
person's life to note a level of difficulty? God damn.
Holy shit, we're discussing the nature of subjective perspective within Neon
I mean,
Genesis Evangelion episode 25 and 26.
Have you played Dark Souls though? Have you played Dark Souls? And if so, can you compare it? Can you find
So look
like,
at
a
it this
reference?
way,
It's
right?
Canada, the
You know
Dark
that first
Souls
time
of
you
God.
get to Anor Londo?
That's exactly what I'm getting at.
Yeah, and then you have to walk along that ledge with all the people with the bow and arrows.
Yeah.
That's what it's like to be Canadian, but with health care.
Yeah. Wait,
Those
is,
are- It's
so
okay.
basically they counteract each other.
I thought your
is what I'm
healthcare was
telling
really
you.
fucking
So like,
good.
okay, so here's what happens, right? Assume I'm biking, and then I crash into something, and all of a sudden, there's a chopstick in my dick, right? I'm just like, damn, I gotta go to the hospital for this because this is a problem.
Yeah.
So, I go to the hospital, and then I get put into a triage system, where essentially nurses dictate exactly how long I have to wait. So the nurse would essentially come into the triage office and be all like, "All right, what's wrong with you?" Now I've never had a nurse actually sound like that, but I felt like that voice was appropriate to differentiate the different characters I'm gonna use to illustrate this story. So I'm like, "Hello there, nurse. I have a chopstick in my urethra, and this is kind of a problem because I like not having things in my dick." And the nurse will be all like, "It's gonna be 4 hours!"
Oh.
And I was like,
That makes one
damn,
of us.
well, thank God I brought my Apple iPhone 5S, which has at least 4 hours of battery life. And so I wait 4 hours with a chopstick sticking out of my pants, and some kid is just like, "Mommy, why does that man have chopsticks sticking out of his pants?" And the mother is just like, "Just ignore him! I told you!"
Chopstick dick.
That's what it feels like to be in Canadian healthcare. And then I see a doctor, and she's like, "Is this the chopstick, or are you just happy to see me?" And then I say, "Is this really appropriate for a doctor to say to a patient?" And then I walk out, problem solved, no bills. No bill. Yeah.
Well, at least
I
you
mean,
had
like,
no
it does still
bill.
cost me something because
So much stuff
in the span of
even.
4 hours,
Doesn't
I
it?
buy like 3 M&Ms from the vending machine, and dog, that shit is expensive in a hospital, man. That's like fucking $8.
That, you know, Joe, out of all the shit that you said
What?
tonight, that's the truest fucking shit you've ever said, right?
Yeah?
Fucking taxes in the Commonwealth. Alright, I'm gonna stop eating bread. Fuck the Commonwealth and their taxes. Why the fuck do we have to pay more money for alcohol than the Americans do? Is this inversely proportional to our freedom? Or is this proportional to our freedom? I'm unsure. But basically, yeah, Joe, you and I are on the same wavelength, I feel.
You guys don't know
'cause-
how it is to be a white American woman in this state of times. Trump is the fucking
Wow, are you gonna put that
Gestapo.
on a
He's gonna come
poster
for
for
my
this
pussy.
podcast?
He's
Trump
gonna
is coming
in
for
the
my
middle of the
pussy?
night, and you guys are complaining.
Probably.
when I'm editing this episode of the podcast, I will put Trump is coming for my pussy as the topic. And then Pedantic will question what I was doing and probably ask me to change it.
Wait, what topic?
And
What
we'll
did
say
you
no, because fuck you. Lock. You had to edit a fucking goddamn video for Jeff.
Yeah. Fuck Jeff. I love Jeff Thu. He's my dad. But
Whoa.
fuck him.
Alright, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jeff. We love you.
You take away my podcast host to be an editor? Nah, screw that shit. Right? We gotta have everyone's favorite pedantic romantic on our podcast all the time.
And his beautiful girly
Um,
kneecaps.
So
So
tender.
girly,
You
so
could've
beautiful, so
fucking
tender.
put her in
Like
an
the
oven?
sailor
What the
skirts
hell?
he wears them in. Amen.
and
So tender.
What? Wait, what? What? Wait, what?
she's our wonderful Astolfo, and we love her all the same.
What?
Yeah.
I'm lost. What's going on? I guess I'll be over here.
look. Mirage, while Trump may be coming for your pussy, you have the ultimate escape, and that is called having a partner in somewhere that is run by the Commonwealth, right? Because the Queen will not come for your pussy at any point, right? The Queen has her own pussy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, I from what I've understood from my other significant other,
From your other
the other one,
significant
the other one, not
Like
not
fucking
that
Mormon?
one, the other one that's in the land of the dingoes. The Queen. I was eating.
Are you XXX Tentacion? Like, what the fuck,
I was
dude?
eating bitches for breakfast before fucking Bozeman put his fucking face on the cereal box, bitch. So don't come fucking cracking into my fucking house talking about my fucking women. I'll love them how I want to love them. Thank you.
We need to get high and record an episode together sometime.
Oh,
This
no.
is canonical.
I just
Dude, weed, bro, right? Weed.
Ideas.
God, this podcast is fucking insufferable. Can I talk about my high school?
all right. Let's go,
Yeah.
buddy.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Wait, you need to include dildo helmet because I love.
I've already
dildo
already
helmet.
done the dildo helmet story. It's on my second channel, David's Room. It's called Dildo Helmet something. I
Can you
don't know.
paraphrase at least so people know what you're talking about?
Okay, basically, I had a multimedia teacher last year, and yeah, just last year. I didn't like her. She was dumb, and like the experience of being in her class was just like being in an ocean, because like she never like laid out the syllabus for us, and we never knew what the fuck we were doing. Basically, we got a task in class one day to make an invention like sort of Leonardo da Vinci-esque, as in like it'd be useful if it fucking worked. Except no, they're bullshit. So, seeing how I didn't like this teacher, I decided to design a dildo helmet. I decided to Photoshop a yellow construction helmet with a pink blob the dildo I drew with brush with my mouse, and it's sticky taped onto it. And yeah, I got a stern talking to by her after class. And,
Damn,
and
you
a few other teachers
you
who
should have
she-
done a
who she
gun
fucking
that was
switched to.
also an alarm clock.
'Cause, yeah.
That would be the
I
next
should've-
weapon that Kirito would
That's
use in
actually the
SAO.
most. That's the most useful shit on earth, right? Because you know, people they go through and they like write their suicide notes, and now people are like scheduling them on Twitter and stuff, and on Facebook and all of that shit. And like, but you can't schedule your gun to shoot you in the head, right? Unless you have like one of those multi-$1,000 rifles in America. But you can only get those in America, you know? You can't get them anywhere else. I think alarm clock guns that just shoot you, fuck yeah. I'm in support of that. Let's take it to Congress.
Yeah. High school. Okay. My experience so far, because I do have like 3 exams remaining, but so far my entire experience has been, if you can't pass without doing shit, then you're a fucking numbskull. No offense if there's anyone here or anyone listening who is like that. But no, it's pretty basic shit. And on the social side, I was fortunate to have a really solid group of friends. But I also had tricked myself into thinking that I cared about people's opinions outside of those. Especially like the first like 4 years of it, I was kind of a nervous wreck. I still am, but I'm a little better. So like my high school itself was experience myself was like it was as a whole pretty fun and pretty positive. Only because my bestie boy friends made it sufferable. And I love you guys. I'm gonna send this to them. Love you guys.
Aw.
Aw.
You know,
Aw.
just cut out the rest of the podcast. Only this part.
Yeah.
Only this part.
And then outro is
No.
is Cal Chester's hit single "I Need My Friends." But
No.
yeah. I mean, okay.
No, I Need
What?
My Friends is not his hit single. His hit single is Throwing Up on a Tuesday. this is part of Anthony Fantano canon, thrown up on a Tuesday, even though Parody was the better track, similarly to the career of Kendrick Lamar, in which his, hit track, Poetic Justice, was significantly worse than every other track on Good Kid, Mad City, And that's not talking shit on Poetic Justice. It's not even the worst track on Good Kid, Mad City. I was lying just a moment
So
ago.
yeah, basically, most of the stuff you learn, or at least for me in high school, it's all dumb bullshit stuff. Like, I'm never gonna know more about history, and I don't care about it. Everything I accomplish will be of my own accord, and I will only be responsible for my own credit. But David, all my
what if you're
in
a plane
I hate everything.
and it crashes, and you're on a desert island, and you see a lamp, and you rub the lamp vigorously, and all of a sudden comes out a genie fairy, and let me finish my thought experiment.
Aladdin is not his.
And then
Aladdin
out
is art.
comes
Aladdin's
a genie
art, you
slash
motherfucker.
fairy, and this genie slash fairy is just like,
fine.
"Oh, thank you for freeing me." I don't know why he's Irish, but let's just run with it. And he's just like, "Oh, thank you for freeing me, and I will grant you one wish if you answer this question." And you're just like, shoot. And the genie fairy is just like, What was the quintessential battle that lost the French-Canadian planes and seceded to the English? And you'll be like, damn, I wish I paid more attention in history in high school.
I would be like, damn, I'm fucking glad I did
like, is it
woodwork,
really
and then
gonna
I can
have
make myself
buoyancy?
a fucking boat and leave that dumbass fairy.
Wait,
David, did you back up your woodworking with engineering? Did you do all the STEM
Like, look at it.
fields? I need to know this.
I did woodwork for one semester.
Well, that's the
Like,
mandatory
would you
amount
rather
that you
build a
have to
ship
do
and then
was a
sail
thought
off
experiment.
into the vast
Fuck.
unknown, or would you rather learn history and answer the fairy slash
can't-
genie's question? What are you, Somali?
I'd rather be a fucking pirate and create my own history. I'll make history. Just you guys wait. I'll be the best pirate. I'll find the One Piece. And yeah, there's your little tie-in to our anime theme. There you go. You guys happy?
I need to draw
happy now?
David, but as a Somali pirate. This is something I need to do. Hey, less drunk Joji, when you're like editing this or like watching this back, you don't watch anything back before you upload it. Don't lie to yourself. Don't be intellectually dishonest. That's why you uploaded your pen video without audio the first time. Don't worry, we all know about that time that you fucked up like that.
Now we do.
But make sure to note to draw David, but as a Somali pirate.
Fuck, I'm trying to pull this.
Thanks.
I'm trying to
do
pull his
we
hair
have
from my
questions?
nipple, but I'm too drunk to actually grasp the hair.
Well,
to
are
pull
we
it
done
out.
on...
I do, but I'm too drunk to like.
Dude, have you got like a
tweeze the thing?
like tweezers?
I'm at 14
like
beers
a
right
pocket
now,
knife?
but dude, I don't feel so good.
I can
Alright.
I can try it.
Joe,
Okay, pull
I'll
my
try-
nipple
look,
hair
I'll
telepathically.
get my tweezers. I'll get my tweezers. Give me a sec.
In high school,
so Joe.
Okay, so
how
I've got my
did you
tweezers
do
what
in
was the
high
context of doing?
Have I got it
Yeah.
yet?
Oh, it was pretty good. I was
how,
like one of
how
those people
overall
who
was
were
your
like
social
in
performance
everything.
within high school?
I can't reach
I was
it.
one of those people who like I didn't really hang around in a specific group of people. I just kind of was just part of everything. Yeah, it was really good.
Ah.
Great.
So Joe, the other question that I have is that you seem to be within,
Yeah, what about it?
at least by my estimates, into your late 20s. Would that be correct? Well,
Old man. Grandpa Joe.
Respect your
I'm
fucking
gonna
elders, guys. Come on.
I'm
I
gonna
don't know
guess
how
that
old
you're
you are.
around a decade older than me.
Okay.
Just like approximately, right? Maybe a bit. I'm 18. And I'm gonna guess that you're a bit less than a decade older, maybe like 8 years older. Maybe you're like 26 or
Well,
something.
first of all,
I don't
I'm
know.
not
That's like
snob.
the Anatube age, unless you're 40 or 14. Anywhere.
Or
No,
snob.
of course. So you're not 40,
Fuck,
and
sorry.
you're not Weeb Trash Boy, so you're not 14. And you're most certainly not the pre-fetal that is, RC anime, you know, like...
Got him.
But basically, you know, so you're around about a decade older than me.
What's the point of this?
So, like,
Yeah,
and so
I'm
how do you
wondering too, to
deal
be honest.
with the post-standard college runtime of your life from
First
a
of all,
social
I'm at
to,
exactly a
you know,
decade older
aspect. I don't know.
than you. Second of all, I deleted Facebook, so I just don't deal with it.
Grandpa Joe.
Wow, your
You're
cousin
the
sounds like
same
a
age as
failure.
my cousin, and my cousin never went to college.
Okay.
He drives
Okay,
around
that's
a
actually-
big van with the company
That's
logo
pretty
on
successful.
it.
Never
He goes
mind.
and
I
he
rescind
fixes
my
hot water
statement.
heaters for more money than I earn.
I'm glad.
You said that with such malice. I rescind my
You know,
statement.
I've never seen a malicious
so,
side of Joe.
Well, I just
You know,
and I'm
my
fearful.
goal is to try and be friends with everyone. Now, you know, to a lot of medical professionals, that is sociopathy, but I like to think it is just a hella good time. So I will very rarely put myself in
Hella good
situations
time,
where I
man.
make very
Yeah.
declarative statements that could ultimately alienate people. You know, to the lay audience, that's called being a doormat, but I don't care.
I'm okay. Everything's okay.
So in that case, would you consider yourself?
I don't
to,
consider
at least
myself
some
an
extent, be
anti-Digibro
an
because that
anti-Digibro?
implies that I generate part of my identity in relation to Digibro. Whereas I would like to consider myself sort of like any two porridge.
True.
You know, there's no clear direction. It's just there.
That's nice. I like porridge.
So you're saying that in some way you are a
Yeah, exactly.
liquid
Like,
form
When I was in grade
of
10,
all
we
of
had a
Anatube
career
coming
studies
together.
quiz thing.
That's
Where the career studies teacher was like, okay, I want you to write down what you want to be when you grow up, and I will try to help you attain that goal. And I'm just like, hell yeah. So I wrote down gruel. And suffice to say, he made me rewrite that quiz.
Wait, what's gruel? I'm sorry?
porridge.
Oh. Ooh.
I just want to say
yeah.
that Liquid Anatube is my favorite Metal Gear Solid character.
So we have solid Anatube, and that's like represented.
How can
by
he be
that
on
anime
Anitube?
snob, right?
He's on
like, he's the
VidMe.
culmination of Anatube in a physical form, and then
Solid VidMe.
But VidMe is the Sith of YouTube, while YouTube is the Jedis and the Padawan. Come on, guys.
so
I
if
hate
we
this analogy.
so if we take the pedantic romantic
Okay.
and say that they are solid Anatube.
Okay, sure.
Because they're like a formation of like all of the Anatube communities, right?
Are you saying I'm on the
And then we-
spectrum?
And,
I don't
and then
appreciate
on
that.
the opposite end of the spectrum is you, as liquid Anatube.
He's saying you're I think he's saying your vape. No. Oh no, your liquid. I forgot. Who is
Liquid,
Anichu
liquid.
vape?
He
can
can't
be-
turn to vape if he goes through the cloud cycle of precipitation and then condensation.
I would say that Demolition D is the vape of Anatube because he doesn't exist for that long.
He's been
But
exhaled.
whenever he comes back, he like comes back in full force. Yeah.
Toke.
Like a fart.
Anyway, we have some questions.
Alright.
Oh god.
I thought that was funny.
So
I thought I was
so-
being funny.
Alright, Joe,
It's
we
good
got
timing.
some
Yeah.
important questions for you, buddy. You better keep your eyes peeled where you gotta be ready.
Okay.
Alright.
Wait. Okay. So the first one. By the way, the only people who sent in questions this week were Ha Inochi, also known as Irrelevant or Unsure or whatever. And by the way, if you want to send in your questions, make sure to send them in with the hashtag AskNeotaku, which and follow us on the Neotaku Pod Twitter. Holy shit, I'm fucking losing my.
Alright, it's okay, buddy. You can do it. We're gonna truck through.
Okay, why is Steve such a good boy? Asked by Irrelevant. Steve's a great boy. We all love him. He's the best boy. And while a month ago, at the point of this being released upon the public, he thought that he was an absolute fuck up, he's still my favorite boy on the YouTube platform. Steve, I love you, buddy. You're the hammiest of boys. Keep on doing you. Okay?
Yes.
Steve's okay.
Erato.
No, Steve's
Wow.
Fuck you, Mirage.
good. No, Steve can come on to the podcast whenever he likes. He's a free ticket
Anytime.
on the
He's
bus.
an honorary member.
Yes.
He's like it's like we're the K-On. and
He's like Moogie Pope. He's
No.
unquantifiable.
Who's the girl with the glasses? In K-On.
I don't
he's
fucking
her.
know. I
He's
don't
like the
care. I
honorary
don't watch
member.
K-On.
Okay, yeah. What was the other question?
All right.
He's the Griffin McElroy to being the mayor of Huntington, West Virginia.
Sure.
Which is a reference to the TV show
We
My
know
Brother,
what
My
it- yeah.
Brother and Me. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Erato
self-explanatory.
asks, and this is something that Joe would get. Was the 1923 Kanto
That's a
earthquake
great question.
failure
Give me
for
a
not
second here, because
destroying
I got a bunch
anime
of
well
nuts in
enough?
my mouth. Let me finish this up. Okay,
All right.
so
and me
the
too,
Great
buddy.
Kanto
We're gonna
earthquake
take-
is not
We'll take
necessarily
a
a
qu-
failure
okay.
because even if it was so successful in that it completely eradicated Tokyo, it does not mean that it would have eradicated anime because Osaka had already begun developing its own animation firms in that time period. So that earthquake would have done shit. All it did was make archiving older anime much more difficult.
That's actually a really great answer.
Yeah.
Good job. I
So,
know.
my other question, my question, which I will springboard off of this, was the 2011 tsunami not good enough?
Well,
at its
Fukushima
job?
can't actually have
Yeah, the
wiped
Fukushima.
out. Can't actually
Yeah.
have wiped out anime because the vast majority of studios operate out of the Tokyo area, and Fukushima hit the Tohoku region. So, what was the question?
Oh, I was just
No.
curious.
Like,
as
if you
to
want to
it
wipe
could
out
have done a
anime,
more
not only
efficient
would you have
job
to
as
hit the
wiping out
entirety of
anime.
metropolitan Japan, but you'd also have to hit South Korea and the Philippines because that's where a lot of subcontracting goes to. So, it's a 1-2 punch, boy.
The education I've gotten today, it has been enlightening to say the
Astounding.
least.
Truthfully, Joe, interacting with you is like the scene from the dubbed version of Yu-Gi-Oh! Episode 1, in which Yami Yugi goes to Seto Kaiba and he says, "Open your mind!" in probably the point of television anime that I have watched the most times, excluding kind of the 14-second loop of Shinji Ikari evolving from episode 26 of Evangelion.
What the fuck are you talking about? He's obviously Kishibe Rohan from fucking JoJo, Part 4, Diamonds is Unbreakable, Kore wa Standoda. You fucking Evangelion plebeian.
I don't fucking talk Japanese.
Okay, alright. Next fucking question, and then we're gonna read that other iTunes review.
How big... Oh, wait. Okay, wait.
No, read the fucking question, Joe, read this question.
Is that a Joji reference?
Okay, Arato asks, what's the yam? And I would say that the yam is the power that be.
No.
You can smell it when
What
I'm
is that?
walking down the street. Oh, yes, you can. Oh, anyway, that's a motherfucking Kendrick Lamar reference, because I know that's what you wanted. Ha Inochi again asked, can you make David watch some pre-90s anime?
I fucking have. I've seen Gunbuster.
Gunbuster!
I'm gonna punch anyone who ever does that again. Does that tells me to watch shit. 'Cause
Joe,
I've
have
fucking
you
seen
watched
everything.
pre-90s anime? I know you're a pretty 2000s guy, so I wouldn't be...
I have
surprised if you
I
haven't
have watched
anything like
Hakujonin.
Hakujonin or anything.
No, he's... Well, have you not
Have you not
watched
seen my
anime
anime
from,
top
like,
10
the
list?
1920s or something for, like, research stuff?
Well, I refuse to accept
I'm
it.
being facetious, Joe.
The only thing
Dude,
that
I love
remember of
Onagai
it
teacher,
is
my
that
dude, and I will
Onagai's
fight
teacher was
anybody
on
who
there for some
disagrees with
reason.
me.
I'm almost out of vodka, so let's
Let's wrap
go.
this boy up.
let's go on to that second review. Okay, so this one happens to just be titled Title.
Okay.
And it's by Yonder Yonk from the UK.
Okay.
Holy fuck my body.
Yonder Yong.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna name my son
Most-
Yonder Yong.
Alright.
Already.
David, that doesn't work because you already said that you would name your son after the blue-billed boy Harry.
My other
Was
son is
that
gonna
it?
be called
Joji, I swear to God.
Chill hip hop beats 24/7.
If you don't read this
live stream.
fucking review, I'm gonna go get the sheet myself and read it.
Okay, most media is not worth consuming, and in niche genres, like anime podcasts, that basically means nothing is worth listening to. It is therefore by dumb luck or Haruhi intervention that this exists. It's still in its early days, so there are some rough edges, but there has been vast improvement since the early episodes. All four of you make good content outside of the podcast, a feat not even attained by the exalted Podtaku, rest its soul, which suggests the best is yet to come. Excellent work. I look forward to seeing this grow.
Why the fuck have these all been so genuine? We're just a
Yeah.
bunch of shitlords that say we're doing a fucking podcast on education, but we're actually just fucking drunk out of our minds.
Look, to our audience, I know that 85% of you are shit posters, right?
Yeah.
85% of you do not give a fuck about Neotaku.
Or anime.
So what I'm asking, most of you don't even watch anime. That is correct, Mirage.
Yeah.
I solely ask that at least one of you puts through a review. Holy fuck! I almost knocked over my vodka. That at least one of you publishes a review onto the iTunes platform that is just the entire script to the B movie from 2008 starring Jerry Seinfeld and Matthew Broderick. Please, one of you, at least one of you has to do this for me. Please, I will not survive without it.
I think we've all learned a really important lesson today. And that's, You know, if I could be really sentimental right now, I'm trying to keep myself fucking from laughing my ass off. It's that
My legs are jello and my dick is explosive. That's all I
it's
have to
that
say.
I'm at
after
16
Joe has
right
drank
now,
about
boy.
12 beers and maybe a few other things. All right. 16 beers, you know. We really have an emotional connection together. And really, what I learned
Fuck
is that
friendship.
friendship.
It's not gonna pay my
friendship
taxes.
Is the answer. And that today, guys, was our education cast on the Neotaku podcast.
That reminds me of this great quote from everyone's favorite American politician from history for whatever reason, Lin-Manuel Miranda, Alexander Hamilton. He said, "I've never had a group of friends before, but I promise I'm gonna make you all proud." And in response to that, I would say that David Diggs performed a much better role in Hamilton than Lin-Manuel did. But that's kind of irrelevant. Also, this episode is brought to you by the Neotaku Patreon. Thanks for listening. I know that you want to see Joji get even more drunk, and we're gonna do that. In the post show, which Joe might not be here for, I don't know.
Have we launched it already? By the time this is
No,
out?
the Patreon will be launched on the same day as this is out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a thing that exists now. There you go. This is really surreal because we're like 3 weeks in advance. So yeah, we kind of live in a different timeline at the moment.
So much so that Snob is asking when his episode will be out. It's soon, buddy. Don't worry.
Aw.
You could say
Aw.
we're going back to the future. Really, truthfully.
Gotta go back to the past, Samurai Jack.
Will
Patreon.
we do that as a commentary track, the entire trilogy?
Oh,
Fuck no.
Samurai Jack.
Follow
the
us
commentary
on-
track and go back to the past.
Follow us on Twitter, on Podbean. We also have our obvious iTunes, where if you do rate us, we will read your review, because we don't know what we're doing. A bunch of young millennials that are made a podcast to kind of parody the PCP. So God knows.
We're a bunch of millennials that started a podcast to reveal our heisei ideas about the narratological elements of anime in the post Evangelion era. Specifically so that we could taunt that anime snob.
Why
And
did you
other
say that
pre-
twice? What? Is that its
And
full
other-
name? First name, last name. That anime snob. That anime snob.
And Peter Kowalkiewicz or some.
I don't want to
Some
offend
shit,
any
I
of
don't
our
know.
Russian
Is that
viewers.
enough? Is that enough shilling? Are we good now?
We're good.
No,
We're
that's
good.
not enough shilling. Go to crunchyroll.com
Thank you for listening to another episode. Obviously our worst episode yet. And
No, this is our
see you
best
in the after
episode
show.
yet.
We will see you in the after show, apparently. So,
Yeah.
thank you all for listening.
As long as you give us $2 or more.
Goodbye.
All right.
On Patreon. Wait.